Hi guys, and welcome to the next in the Iron Man series. We're playing catch up a little bit here because I've actually got two sets to catch up on. So they'll be the videos will be out quite consecutively quickly. So we've got episodes or magazines 59, 60, 61 and 62, and then separately we're going to have the following four. So we're finishing up building the leg. As you can see here, we've got the lower parts with the sort of aerofoil flappy bits and this bit that goes at the back of the heel and what have you. So I'll clear this and we'll start with magazine 51 and we'll work our way through. So continuing the right leg, we have got one of those and a packet of those. There are 3 screws in the packet, which means we're going to be using 2, although there are 3 screws. No, yeah, with just two for this bit. So we need to take 2 screws out of the packet. There we go. Do it that way. And we thread, let's zoom in a wee bit for you. So we thread this bit into this bit, thusly. This locates into a peg at the bottom. Oh. And it does if you thread it through that. There's 2 little tabs just here where my fingers are, so you need to make sure they're on the top of those tabs. Locates into a peg at the bottom, snaps into there, and there we have the 2 screws which go through this bar at the top here. Oops. So that bit's nice and simple. That's fastened together, 2 screws that hold that together, and that of course is the detail work that's exposed when the air flaps are deployed at the back of the leg. That, I believe, is all we do for that one. So let's just have a quick check, and it is indeed, this just shows the procedure and what we're working on, the right lower leg. So we'll get rid of that one for the moment. Next up, we have got several packets of screws. Let's zoom back out a little bit for you. We've got several packets of screws. We've got some NP, some EM, IM and AM. So we've got some metal ones that are going in here in magazine number 60. Some of the parts are just going to be slotted in, as I recall from the other leg. So we've got this metal part here, we've got the packets of screws, and then we've got the mechanisms, the little sort of hydraulic bits, whatever they call them, the things. And for this we need the leg. This is the piece that helps to fasten this shin section. Try saying that when you've had a drink or two. Shin section. Yeah, try saying that several times fast, etc. So we are assembling the leg together. We have got... right, what's going on here? Hang on. That's why we've got so many screws in this episode, in this magazine. Let me undo some bits because I kind of cobbled this together in the last one. So there we go. So we're starting with this side, we're starting with the leg here, and we are fastening the leg onto here, thusly, using an NP screw. So we'll just scoot down a wee bit closer for you. So we need an NP screw. NP, the only plastic one that we have. And we have 2 in the packet, which of course means we are using 1. If I can get it out, there we go. This is a screw with a wide sort of built-in washer and fits onto here. Remembering of course, that hinged section was greased liberally because these are very, very stiff. So I highly recommend you add a little oil or grease to these to help them bend, because otherwise they are mega stiff. So and for purposes of posability, you don't want it super stiff when it's only fastened by this single screw right here. So make sure that's tight. Next thing we attach is this to the lower leg. We'll just take the foot off a moment, and we need 2 IM screws. So we're going to pack it with 3 in. Obviously it's the only 2. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit there so you can see the whole shebang. Hopefully this focuses. This is it all sort of automatically focuses in video mode, so I'm kind of hoping it's behaving itself and focusing all right for you guys out there watching. So these screws, of course, are a metal component fastening to a metal component. I'm still a little bit baffled as to why they only put 1 attachment point onto this upper thigh bit, which is really stiff, and this is where all of the articulation occurs. This lower one, you've literally got one click's worth of articulation, as you can see. Oops, if I can, like so. You've got 1 click's worth on the lower one, but the upper one is where you've got all the articulation for it bending. So I'm a little bit baffled as to why you've got 2 metal bits here held by 2 screws compared to 1 sort of relatively flimsy bit at the top held by a single screw and screwed into plastic. You've basically got 1 screw attachment point and a plastic peg. So without a bit of lubrication on there, it's really not the best in the world. So far that's my only kind of grumble and complaint. Next thing, the foot. Something is afoot. So this slots onto these 2 right here. I need to scoot these aside for a second while we flip the page, because I do not have a dedicated page flipper. Okay, so this metal section fits over the shin section that you can see here, and oops, and this large post here, like so. I don't remember this being as fiddly the last time, but I suspect we need EM screws for this. Yes, EM screws, so we need 3. There are, of course, 4 in the packet. So we'll tip those out and we'll throw one, thank you, back in. So two at the bottom, 1 at the top. Smashing. Last one. There we go. So it's nicely fastened together. And next up we have this piece that we built in the last one, which sits on the top of this and fastens with 3 screws into these points here, and these have to be the AM screws because it's the only ones that we have remaining. And again there are 4, so 3 to be used, 1 back in the packet and back over there. And all right, and then finally we fit the 4 hydraulic pistony clicky uppy downy things that don't actually clicky up or downy or make pistony noises, but you know, That's what we're for. We make the noises so this doesn't have to. And these just snap in like so, which adds a nice little bit of decoration. That's it for magazine number 60. So we'll just have a quick check, and yes indeed that's that one. We'll put that one aside. Magazine 61, nice easy one. I don't even need to look at the instructions, but for the sake of completeness I shall do so. We have got 3 items. We've got a pistony bit, a sort of roundy, liney bit that looks kind of like a piston but with a round base, and then we've got another pistony bit. And these fit into... these are actually shaped as well, the locating pegs. So if I zoom right in to show you this, whoops, you can see that that is kind of like a half round. And there is only one with a half round, which is right there. So that one slots into there, like so. Adds a little bit more decoration there. And the next pistony bit, this one, which looks like a brake master cylinder, which I think I mentioned that the last time actually, when we did the leg the last time. This looks like a brake master cylinder without the brake lines coming off it. This I believe goes in just here. Just double check, it does indeed. So the long peg that's wider goes at the top, and then the short thinner one at the bottom, and that's a little bit of a wiggle to get that one in, but it does go in like so. And then that just leaves this large one, which goes, which way around do you go? It goes, do it go that way? I think it goes that way. Yes, it goes with the little pegs going downwards like so, like that. And again, more kind of hydraulic-y things, and that just kind of dresses that up a little bit, makes it look really, really nice. Excellent. So that's where we are at just now with the right leg. And then the final magazine in this series is magazine number 62. So we've got a packet of screws and some washers. We've got the leg bit, we've got the hinge brace bit, we've got the flappy bit for the heel, we've got a packet of friction washers, and we've got some EM screws like so. What we need to do first is fit this. So this simply slots into there, and then this disc, this plate rather, sits over the top like so, and we need 2 EM screws. For some reason we have got, what have we got? So, oh yeah, because there's some to go up there. I thought they'd given us way too many screws for a moment, but they haven't. This is okay, because we've got 2 that go in here and 2 that go up here for the hingy bits. So now this one, when I did the other leg, I seem to recall I had to fettle the hinge a little bit because it had some flash on the outside of it and it wouldn't quite sit flush. I can't remember if it was the rear one or if it was the front one of one of them, but the little circular part of the hinge wouldn't quite sit flush and needed a little bit of fettling. This one is absolutely perfect, as you can see. No problems whatsoever with that. And we then need the leg, and this bit of course fastens onto here, and that's where we need the friction discs. And there are of course 3 in the packet, and we need 2. Well, that was handy. 2 dropped out, 1 still in the packet. Nice. That's what we like. Now, this is slightly tricky because I need to get the little plastic friction washer in place. And, oops, which I've just displaced. Oh no, there it is, there it is. I'm sure there must be an easy way of doing this, but I need to kind of keep that in place while I put this over here. Hopefully that's still where it should be. Okay. So with that easily dropped into place, cough cough, let's tighten this fellow together. Smashing. Oh, marvellous. Lovely. Lovely. There we go. So we have a complete leg. I still need to sort the glue on that magnet, which I did mention previously, I believe, but I still need to sort that, I think. Or do I? Have I done that? I can't remember. No, I've done it. I'm talking nonsense. So that's the foot with its hingy front bit, its hingy back bit, and its hingy flappy flying surfaces. Aileron-y. I don't know exactly what that bit does. Air brakes? I'm really not sure, but it and moves and flaps and things, and it looks cool. And that, my friends, is what's really and truly important, over and above anything else. That's the other part of the upper leg, and that is the sort of groiny, butty type thing. So that's that bit. That's the leg. So the right leg is almost complete. So we'll close that magazine. We'll retrieve the other 3 magazines, and we'll have a quick blast through and do the boring if you don't like, and not boring if you do like, comic book stuff. So what's in the magazines? So number 50, Legacy of Doom, Doctor Doom, obvs. I know next to nothing about Doctor Doom apart from a couple of really, really bad Fantastic Four films. The second sort of reboot being so much worse than the first one. Terrible. Doctor Doom, buildy bits, what we've built so far. Out of Control, Who's in Charge? The Invincible Iron Man. The Battle You Demanded, MODOK versus the Thinker. Okay, I don't know who they are. They're new to me. Armour on the Loose. Is this maybe some kind of sentient armour thing? I'm not sure. Those who know the Iron Man storyline will know better than I do. Model Prime Armour, an all-purpose tool. Okay, when the teenager Riri Williams manages to apply reverse engineering to the armour and impress Tony Stark, decides it's time to shut himself up in his workshop and knock him out until he forges something that makes him feel it is not technologically obsolete in the face of the new generation's ingenuity. There you go. Magazine number 60, Hero Against Hero, and we've got Hawkeye and Iron Man there. Ah yes, this is obviously the Civil War, Captain America Civil War, as we can see here. So we've got 2 teams of superheroes battling against each other, and this is, of course, is when we first saw Spider-Man. Very, very cool. Spider-Man films, like them a lot. It's good. Mark III armour buildy. What we've done so far. Civil War, whose side are you on? Then this is obviously the comic-related Civil War storyline. The war rages on. So that one's all about Civil War, Captain America Civil War. Magazine 61, convertible armour. There you go. Armour with a convertible roof, perhaps? I don't know. And what have we got? In Freefall, Tony Stark, Fugitive. Super terrorist Ezekiel Stain reused Tony Stark's technology to sell it on the black market. Blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Database of Discord, some cartoony bits. With some really nice artwork. Very cool, like that. Build-A-Bits. What we've done so far. Riri Williams and Ironheart. Now, obviously, Riri Williams was mentioned just previously about reverse engineering the Iron Man armour. Presumably this is Riri Williams, is it? Alright, so that's Mary Jane. Ooh, okay, so we've got a Spider-Man tie-in there as well, and presumably this is Riri Williams. Reverse engineering the Iron Man armour. How she got hold of it, don't know. But hey, there you go, Stark AI. And... oh, Pepper Potts Rescue, okay. Ah, so Riri Williams actually uses the armour. So Rescue Armour and Ironheart, there we go, interesting. Riri Williams, that's a character I know nothing whatsoever about, but that sounds kind of interesting. Convertible armour at full throttle, this looks a bit Hulkbuster-ish, big, bulky, so maybe this is... oh, wait a minute, we've got a car converting into like a big Hulkbuster. So it's Transformers. That's Transformers, isn't it? And magazine 62, Anti-Squirrel Girl. Now that sounds cool. Anti-Squirrel Girl armour. That sounds amazing. Rescue armour, Pepper Potts, obviously. A new heroine, obviously Pepper Potts. A new heroine, obviously Pepper Potts with the rescue armour. This is this the one with Obadiah Stane? No, that's something else. Something else entirely. Build-A-Bits, where we are so far. Ultron, Oedipus in adamantium. All right, I didn't realise that Ultron was made of adamantium. I knew it was a cool metal, but I didn't realise it was adamantium. Okay, there we go. In search of a body, version after version after version. And Ultron's one of those films, incidentally, that I really didn't enjoy as much first time around when I watched it, but watching it for a second and then third time, there's a lot of stuff going on in there that you're not aware of, and it's really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it second and third view round. First time not so much. Second and third view definitely. Anti-Squirrel Girl. Oh yes, now that's my kind of storyline. Love it. Squirrel Girl. Come on, superhero called Squirrel Girl. How cool is that? And this is obviously Anti-Squirrel Girl armour. The squirrel head part actually functions as a backup arc reactor. There you go. And that is magazines 59 through 62 and the Build-A-Bits to the leg. The next video, of course, which will be coming up very soon, watch this space, we'll be covering hopefully the remainder of the leg, and we'll be getting to the point where we can start looking at putting the legs together on the groin section. Now that's cool because that means the body's coming soon. Excellent.